This is the best chance I've ever had at getting to the NFL. I'm gonna be working out in front of NFL coaches for the first time ever in about 5 weeks. That means I gotta dial in and be in the best shape I can possibly be in. I'm gonna document the process in a 5-part series with the final part being my NFL workout. Each video throughout the series will keep getting better as we ramp up the training and who we're training with. So make sure y'all are subscribed because you don't wanna miss any of it. I actually have some crazy information about NFL teams being at the showcase, but I'll tell y'all that when we come back to the field later in this video. But right now I gotta get going because not all the work in this series is gonna be done at the field.
I am his trainer, personal trainer.
I don't know
just
about
kidding.
that.
Just
I don't know
kidding.
about
Just
that. I don't
kidding.
know about that. Hey, but we're gonna get better. That's all
Yes,
that matters.
sir.
All right, we're gonna start out with power cleans. We gotta work on being explosive. So Zach's already ducking the power cleans.
No, I'm not ducking the power cleans. I'm doing hip thrusts. I got a bad shotty pulling up later, so I gotta be explosive. We're getting there.
We're working. We're working.
Yes, sir.
Dropping buckets. Yeah.
Dang, bro, I forgot to take the freaking chain off again. I probably have a cross in my chest.
Oh my
I literally have a
gosh.
cross imprinted in my chest right now. That's the power cleans going to work right there. That means we're working, right? Thighs should be red, quads should be red, chest should be red.
You look like my shotty at the crib last night.
Why were her quads red? I don't even want a picture, bro.
Yeah.
Tears falling down, underdog is finally overcoming, cause I'm dropping buckets. Ay, yeah, like it's nothing. Ay, earn my respect and burn a budget. Ay, tears falling down, underdog is finally overcoming, baby. Yeah, I'm dropping buckets. Drop some cash for me, don't worry about my past for me. I'm driving.
If I do a little bit of work to my calves, I got nice calves. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, they don't look that nice yet, but like I see the structure. Like when my calves is working, my calves is working.
Better start working then.
You're right. If that ain't the realest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, I do this for my dogs, all my day ones and my family. My life gon' live through them if I end up in any tragedies. I hope y'all understand this shit got bigger cause it had to be. I always knew I had it, but just not at this capacity. I recognize the gravity, closer to the summit, stacking chips and counting nuggets. I've been
Is this the actual thing on this machine?
I don't think so. I mean, it probably is.
I mean, my legs feel it. Tell you what.
It's probably more of a stamina workout, no?
Stamina workout with the leg shaking. Great way to end the workout. This is what it's like running into an NFL quarterback in the gym.
Still playing, been 8 years.
Yeah, you trying to play again?
I'm going back up to the CFL.
Let's go.
So I started my career in the CFL, 18 and 19.
Right.
Won a championship in 2019 with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's what brought me down here. So I was playing for the Cardinals for a couple years, bought a crib out here.
Yep.
Spent some time with the Ravens, Dolphins, spent 2 years with the Jets. Dude got hurt in preseason. I'm like, you know what, man? I still got energy for the game. So I went back up last year, blew my knee out, knee sleeve, rehabbing. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go do another one. Let's get back into it and do it the right way.
Looks
so I'm
good,
going back
though.
up. Dude, I feel great. Michael's taking great care of me. I'm 5 months in, ACL, MCL, PCL. They initially told me it'd be a year. Camp's in May, so that'll be about 8 months. So that's what I got my sights set on, dog.
I got
some stuff coming too, yeah.
I got a tryout. That's actually what this is, actually. I'm documenting the way to this tryout. What would be like your advice for me going into like the tryout? Because obviously you've been through that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that process.
Well, obviously you're getting work in here, you're getting work on the field. That's important. I think one of the biggest things going into a workout or a tryout like that is the mental piece, especially as a kicker. Yeah. Because that's such a mental game. And quarterback as well. So 100%. Like, you know, when I'm going into a workout like that, I'm putting myself in that situation when I'm training. Like I'm trying to amp myself up internally to the feeling of I'm throwing in front of NFL scouts or I'm kicking in front of NFL scouts. So make those practice reps as game-like as you can in your head. Try to get your heart rate up a little bit. That way when you're in that situation, you've been there before, you've made those kicks and you feel confident.
Just routine, comfortability, everything's routine.
Exactly, bro.
Kicking is a routine.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's 3 back, 2 over in your same steps every single time, no matter what kick it is. So that's kind of just something I'm trying to really develop to where it's like, it's not what situation you're in, it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Like those uprights didn't move. I'm still 60 yards away, I'm still 40 yards away. The uprights are still there, no matter who's in front. Like that's not my job. It's their job to block. Yeah. Their job to put the ball down. It's my job to kick it like it's on a stick.
That's the thing about football, bro. It's the best team game in the world.
100%.
You got 10 dudes doing their job and 1 dude messes up, it ain't gonna go. It's the same thing at quarterback. Every time I step to the line, how am I locating the defense? I can't just go out there and be like, you know, looking at the ground. I got to see things. I got to have a process. Did you have someone that kind of helped you like get that process and kind of learn how to do that, or how'd you get that?
Nick Novak. Oh yeah. And then got in contact with Prater.
I played on the Cardinals with him.
Yeah,
dude. I'm actually helping train his son right now. He's got a little 7-year-old Paxton Prater, a little quarterback slinging the ball.
Yeah, no, Prater was definitely cool to learn from like over the summer because it was like I feel like we have like a similar thought process. So it was cool to like kind of take what he knows because he's done it since I was 3 years old, like 2003.
Dude, he's an OG.
And so that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the biggest thing.
That's
just learning from a couple people and then like
like just going up and being like, all right, maybe I shanked the last one. I'm still gonna kick the shit out of this ball and just let it ride.
Yeah,
like, that's a confidence thing too.
The most important one is the next one.
Exactly, bro. Good or bad, you flush it, move on to the next play. I'm always telling quarterbacks that. No matter what your position is, that holds true. Where's that workout?
San Diego.
Gonna be good weather. You don't gotta think. I know kickers, man. We're thinking about wind. We're thinking about elements. Like,
so you never know. You just gotta kick.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's sea level though.
What's the sea level got to do with it?
Ball doesn't fly as far.
Higher up,
elevation.
Like in Denver,
air's a little less dense. That's why Denver, ball goes further.
Are we at sea level in San Diego? Or where we
pretty close.
Okay,
I mean, they got beaches.
Oh, you got a boot.
So
you can kick it 70.
Yeah.
Minus sea level, dog.
This will be my first time kicking in front of like NFL scouts though.
Yeah.
I've kicked in front of UFL GMs. The last NFL workout I did was just running films sent to people.
Yeah.
This one, he said that the teams that are looking for kickers will actually be there.
Don't make
all
it
we can do is
bigger than
prepare.
it is, man.
All we can do is prepare.
You can kick the ball. Don't make it bigger than it is. Just kick the ball and let the cards fall where they may, dog.
Exactly, brother. I
At the end of the day, I'll see you in here at Glory
Yes,
Games,
sir.
baby.
Hey, we're gonna keep doing our thing. Good luck to you
man.
as well.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
You're gonna sling that
Ground
thing
up
next
QB,
year.
dog.
Workout done. On pace to get to this NFL workout and hopefully do well at it. We got some advice from an actual NFL quarterback, former NFL quarterback, current CFL quarterback. So, I mean, that was cool. So shout out to Chris. Now I got to go to the field. Y'all know what time it is. We got to go work out. We got to stay on track. And the way we're gonna stay on track is by getting this work in at the field.
Every single day.
Well, I don't know about kicking every day. We got to maintain.
No, I meant in the gym here.
Oh.
In the gym here. And I'll tell you what, if you miss a day, I'm gonna be on that ass.
I don't think it's me that's gonna miss a day.
Okay, well that's also, I'm talking to myself right now too.
All right, I'm gonna catch y'all at the field in a second. Now, as I'm warming up the field, this is the perfect time to remind y'all that this is a 5-part series with each episode getting better leading up to the NFL Showcase. So make sure y'all are subscribed because you don't want to miss a single episode. So the thing about kicking is it's all about routine. Your steps, your approach, your contact, it's all a part of your routine. And if one part of that routine is off, everything is off. I'm pushing it back to the basics. I want to get my steps down. I want to get my contact down. Yeah, I could go back and hit 60-yard field goals all the time and say that I trained really well kicking field goals, but that's just not the truth. I need to get better at the little things, just like every one of y'all watching this video can get better at the little things of what you're trying to achieve. I gotta be able to hit these short kicks without even thinking about it. It's gotta be routine. So what I'm doing is I'm working on no-step kicks. I'm working on one-step kicks. We gotta just be able to tie everything back together to the basic. Now, this isn't one of those things where like I'm building up week one, I'm only doing one steps and no steps. No, I'm kicking full step kicks, but today is not a kicking day. I had to come to a realization over the last few weeks that I can't kick every single day. Honestly, I don't know if any of y'all clocked it, but I actually haven't kicked a single ball over the last 4 weeks, which is crazy to think about because over the last 2 years, I've pretty much kicked the ball or been at the field every single day. But what I realized is that's just not sustainable, especially me going into this NFL workout. I had to develop that mentality that NFL kickers actually use in the off season. At the end of their season, what they do is they don't kick for like 1 to 2 months afterwards. This is so their body can get back fresh, so they can get back to being them before OTAs and the off season happen. So I took that same mentality. I said, I'm gonna take 4 weeks off of kicking. I wanna be fresh. I want my body to feel the best it's ever felt, which is exactly where I'm at right now. You guys even saw it in the gym. I wasn't pushing a ton of weight. I was just doing movements that are gonna make me get better on the field. But like I said, today is not one of my big kicking days. Yeah, I can come out here and I can swing a couple times, hit some no steps, hit some one steps, get better at contact, but I'm refraining myself from kicking full steps and doing all the extra training that I normally would have if I was kicking every day. The thing is, I just have to be the best version of myself on the final day of this series, which is that showcase. Because I am working out in front of NFL scouts. Yes, this is the first time that I will be working out in front of NFL scouts in person. I did a workout in front of them at my pro day, but I don't know if that really counts. I wasn't the same me back then as I am right now. So to me, this is the first time I've ever actually worked out in front of NFL scouts. You guys have heard me talk about Coach Novak before. He texted in our group chat, said he was talking to teams. Now, some of the teams he was talking to is not even just teams that necessarily need a kicker either. Some of these teams want to bring in a second kicker for competition. So they might have a really good kicker, but they want to bring in a second guy just to give them some competition. So even if I end up being one of those guys, an opportunity is still an opportunity, and that's what I've been telling y'all we've been chasing this whole time. All we need is an opportunity, and the way we're going to get that is by being smart with the work we're doing on the field, off the field, in the gym, all that stuff. We got to be the best version of ourselves on that last day. And by we, I mean me. I don't think y'all realize how hard it is for me to come to a field and not just kick. Like for me, it's routine to come out to the field and just kick a ton of footballs, but I have to refrain myself. I have to develop a new routine so that I don't do that. I just have to trust the schedule that I've laid out for myself and be able to follow that leading up to the workout. If I do that, everything should fall in place. But hey, I also just want to say the point of me documenting this series isn't just for myself. I want y'all to be able to take away something from this. There's a lot of people saying I can't do this on the internet. Obviously, I see the comments, but you got to be able to drown those things out and pursue things that you want to do. So this whole series is just me betting on myself and being able to document it to y'all. So hopefully you guys go bet on yourself. Y'all get better. Y'all get in the gym. Y'all get to the field. Y'all are doing whatever you want to do. But I just want y'all to not care what other people think and just go do your thing, be you, and keep getting better. This is Dominic Zavada, arguably the best kicker in college football. And today he's going to be taking me through his D1 workout.
My name is Dominic Zavada. I am a junior current kicker at the University of Michigan. All-American, transfer, came from Arkansas State, played 2 seasons there, then transferred to Ann Arbor, where I currently am at now.
We got Coach with us again today, so we're really going through his workout, but it's Dom's workout workout because he's also Dom's coach.
You know, I'll come out here. Usually you want to get a good warm up. Then I'll go move on to no steps, kind of feel good with the ball contact, make sure you're hitting the right part of the foot. And then you'll move back to 80% full steps and kind of building into 100%. There's no real like reps to this. It's kind of just all feel for me. You know, make sure you got every kick in the bag so that, you know, when your time comes, you're ready for anything.
Now, as we warm up at the field, this is a perfect time to remind y'all that this is a 5-part series with each episode getting better leading up to the NFL Showcase. So make sure y'all are subscribed because you don't want to miss a single episode.
Oh yeah, that was awkward.
We're warming up into it. We good.
Yeah. No, my biggest problem right now is I'm stopping on my jab. It's causing me to just pop up and then all my momentum's gone.
So like I said in the last part of this series, I've taken 4 weeks off of kicking to try and just give my body rest like an NFL player does after the season. Now, I feel like this is good. My body feels fresh, but one thing is that my body is not used to kicking field goals like it was before. So it's gonna take us a moment to warm up to it. Not using it as an excuse, but it is something that my body's gotta get used to again. And I know Dom did the same thing too. His season ended, he's taking some time off, so now he's building up as well. We're not gonna be perfect today, but the goal is to get better.
There it is. Yeah,
now we're in it, we're good now.
Dialed?
That was the best one today.
Oh, I chopped at it. Dom, what are you doing?
You guys can talk crap about us if you want.
We don't talk crap, do we? Do we?
Sometimes.
We ready now, Adam?
Question is, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You don't sound enthusiastic today.
Prepping for what's coming.
Big senior season, NFL workout. He got to win the award this year. He got snubbed this year.
Yeah, a lot of big stuff coming. Oh, that sounded so good.
Told you, we're good now. We're back into it. It's been 4 weeks. You got to give me a little bit of a break.
That's the Adam I want to see.
Attaboy.
There it is.
Big Ten kicker of the year right there. Y'all see why?
And YouTube University starter right there.
YouTube University. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. YouTube University have a nasty team though. Maybe not. We might still get cooked. We got a few kickers. That's the problem.
So going into the warm-ups and stuff, when Adam mentioned he's been changing things up a little bit since the last time we seen him. He told me from inside 50, he was kind of one step, and 50 and on, he's going full steps. And I kind of hesitated a little bit, and I asked him, as long as you're not taking the swing out of it, you're fine, because you have all the power to do that. And he says, no, that's exactly, I'm just taking a step away to stay a little bit more controlled from 50 yards plus. And I said, well, there's nothing wrong with that when you have the power that Adam has.
Changing it up. Dom, you going first. 54 right.
No! There it is. That was smoked.
Let's go left. Left.
Bro tried copying me with the fit today too. Look at that. Tough though. I'm not mad at it.
Stay in.
I don't like that hit.
We'll go 56 left.
Attaboy.
That was a good ball.
We like that one, brother.
That was a good ball.
Oh, I drove it. Got me on that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's definitely not the way we want to start. We don't want to start slow. We want to be able to just start fast. We don't want to start missing kicks and then have to build up to it. When you're in a game, you got to be able to make those kicks off the bat. You got to come in, you got to hit a 56-yarder. We got to be good immediately. But this is also one of those days we come to the field and we're getting better. Like I told y'all in the last part, this is something I'm building up towards. I took 4 weeks off, so now we got to get back into it. There's going to be a little rust, but once we break that rust, we'll be good.
57 right.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how that went in. Oh my goodness. That is gone.
Good.
That was solid. It hung up more than I thought it would though. See, now we're getting into the flow of things. I like how these kicks are feeling off my foot. Obviously they're not perfect, but they're way better than we started today. We're starting to really build up into this workout.
You guys got one more in you? 2?
Yeah, Dom won at 61.
I'm good with 59.
59? 59 middle or what?
Middle.
Middle, okay. There it is.
Smacked.
Oh yeah, that was smoked. All right, last one, Senior, what you want?
Give him what he wanted.
What he wanted? 61.
That's what he wanted. Been waiting all day for this moment. Dom's been talking trash this whole time about this 61-yard kick. Okay, maybe he wasn't talking trash, but he tried to kick it earlier in the day. So right now, we're finally giving him what he wants, the 61. Now we're gonna see what he does, and then hopefully I match.
No do-overs though.
No do-overs?
Nope.
That's fine. We don't get do-overs in the game.
Only one. 61.
This is for the Big Ten championship right here. And
Down the pipe.
gets it. He gets it to go, and they win. Big Ten championship.
Hey, let's go, baby.
Michigan storms the field. A record 110,000 people on the field. I don't know about winning the Big Sky. It's not as cool as winning the Big Ten, but put me back in college. I guess that's what we're doing, right? It's not even a championship game. You just win. Gotta have a best conference record, and you can tie.
Nah, it's just like Montana versus Montana State or something like that.
It's a little bit warmer. It would have been like, it was negative 14 when we played Montana State my senior year.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is.
Oh!
We both win. It's okay, I got excited for you. You don't have to get excited for me.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, that's how we finished the day, though. We started off a little rough. We finished the day. We finished the day today.
Finish strong, finish strong. Appreciate you.
Overall, solid day. You guys can see why Dom kicks at the University of Michigan. Bro is like that. You can see his ball flight is there, the kicks are there, the power is there, everything. Honestly, I'd say we kick kind of similar, which is funny because we actually trained together last summer before he even went to Michigan. I feel like he got better from the last time I even saw him.
This workout felt good. You know, started a little slow, but definitely picked it up towards the back end. This just kind of goes to show, I think a lot of high school kickers think that they need to be perfect and that anything short of that is just not good enough. So, you know, coming out here, you're gonna miss some balls. You're not gonna hit everything 100%. I hope that kind of helps some high school kids out that might feel discouraged, because, you know, if you go out there and you miss one ball, it doesn't mean that the whole workout is ruined. It actually kind of helps you because it makes you, focus more on what you're doing, and overall in the long run, it makes you a lot better. So
this workout is definitely eye-opening because it shows that I can still come compete with those that are gonna go to the next level within the next year.
You know, I said it when this all started months ago, when I first met Adam and stuff. It's in his DNA to be in the NFL. I mean, coming out today was probably just watching him warm up and him telling me, well, it's been 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little shaky warm up. But a professional and a guy that deserves and should be playing at the next level knows how to bounce back from that, and that's exactly what he did today.
Dom and I came out here, we had a pretty similar day, I would say. Like, we both banged the 61 at the end of the video. We both had some stuff going on at the beginning, but we both bounced back and had a really good day.
Anything I can say about Dom, we've probably known Dom now for about 4 years, and Dom's Dom. He's always been Dom, and when I say Dom's Dom, is he don't change. He only gets better. We are so proud of what he's been doing. If there's anything that I had a little conversation with him before we even got going today is, Dom, you just keep being Dom.
So overall, it shows me where I'm at as far as this series goes, but it's also going to propel me forward as we move along in this series. What's Dom's goals for this season?
Obviously run it back, have another good year. I just want to be a better person, man. Just be there for the guys, encourage everyone, help us make a run. We're trying to make a push for the CFP this year because, being out of it's rough. Watching all those guys have fun on that big stage is rough. So definitely want to be out there. Go Big Ten championship, CFP, Natty champions. For me, I'm trying to go get that Groza. Some of the stuff is out of my hands, but just give the committee every opportunity to want to select me. So
I mean, I think you got snubbed from the award this year. We're talking perfect from 50 plus, Big Ten kicker of the year. The only thing is probably record, but record didn't play into the other side of it. So
I mean, like, look, I love all the people down there in Florida, so I ain't gonna,
I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. He deserved it as well. But this is the year to do it.
This is the year. Like, if I feel like if I, run it back like I did last year, get, that one miss kind of hurt. So go 100%. What can they say? Can't really say a whole lot.
We're talking 50 plus is like automatic. They gave you a nickname on the social media page?
There's a couple. There's Zavada-matic, and then my head coach during fall camp, he just started yelling my name every time I kicked. So it was like Zavada. So like Gus Johnson started doing that.
It does have a yeah. That's the one thing about the Big Ten is y'all got Gus.
Yeah, we get Gus. Gus is great.
Like the best announcer in college football.
I love just going back and watching the game just to because I know all the exciting points of the game. So I'll just go and watch each point, and it's like he's all hyped up, and I'm like, dang, that's fun.
We're excited to go watch you do big things this year.
Appreciate you, bro.
And after that, not pushing it forward too much, but after that, we got the league, which you already got the league on notice. Go win that Groza.
Both of us are gonna make a push.
We'll both be there.
We're gonna, get some workouts, go show them, what we can do and make it big.
Give us a year 2026, both in the league.
Yep, that'd be crazy.
It's not gonna be crazy. Well, it is gonna be crazy. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, so it's not really that crazy, but
yeah. It'd be crazy because we randomly
do a jersey swap. We'll get a jersey swap.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Kicker jersey swap. We gotta bring y'all along though, so to make sure you guys don't miss that in 2026, y'all should subscribe right now. We're on the road to 600,000. This is Matt Prater, one of the best kickers in NFL history, and today he's gonna be taking me through his NFL kicking workout.
I'm Matt Prater. I'm an 18-year NFL veteran kicker. Played for Detroit, Denver, and Arizona. I got the record for most 50-yarders in NFL history and hope to play one more year or two or three, I don't know.
Hey, it's not every day you get to come out to the field and work with a guy like Matt Prater. So we got to take advantage of days like today. We got to be able to come out here, get better, and learn from a guy who's done it at the highest level for as long as he has.
My first impressions at Destroying Kicking workout we went to last year. Explosive, big leg. The ball jumped off his foot. Kind of fine-tune it a little bit and get it going straight every time, and it's pretty rare and special leg talent. I think today, just to prepare for the showcase, just kind of fine tune some of the little details. Like if there's any little things we see as far as on the follow through or even on the stance, we can just kind of clean that up and help with a little bit of consistency.
What do we normally start out with?
I do no steps. Anything I do, I want it to relate to my full step kicks. I act like I'm doing a one step to get all my body parts and everything in the position, so then when I hit it and follow through, it should be the same as my full step.
Usually I just smack them into the net up there, but we're doing it your way today. Right. Okay, so you still boom, boom.
When we're working on no steps, we're focusing mainly on ball contact and ball rotation once it leaves our foot. The big thing for me is I want all my body parts to be in the same positions as they would be on my full steps on field goals. And so we're really focusing on, ball contact and finishing down the field, trying to keep our hips and everything in line with the upright, having a good follow through and hitting the ball clean, good rotation. Make sure your plant's not too tight.
We're starting out a little bit slow. It's not how you necessarily want to start out, but sometimes that's just what happens when you're trying to learn something that you know in a new way. For me, that's these no steps. I'm not really used to doing no steps like this, so we just got to adapt and we got to learn.
Nice. That's the sound you want right there. To me, it looks like your plant's tight, so you can't get through it. Like you're coming here and it's making you go there.
I'm down to fix that because that's the only miss I have right now. I like being wider. You're saying be more here.
No, I'm saying I just noticed you seem tighter, and so I think that's why you're tighter, so that it's making you plant closer here instead of normal out here. That's 100% why that one went right. There we go. Just on these next couple, focus mainly on your finish. Like just focus on point that toe and just focus on like your hips and everything finishing at your target.
I do realize I do have a bad habit sometimes where I'll kick and I'll kind of like stop on the one steps. Like I still got to hit my skip.
Right.
Still got to follow through.
Just like the no step, you want everything to be the same as your full.
Yeah.
So like if you attack, like you're attacking, like start attacking the one steps too. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's
like
what
that
I need
finish.
to do.
And you even hit that one.
That's what
pure.
I need to do.
You didn't even hit it pure. That was way better. Good. If that's your miss hit, it's a high spinner going dead straight. Take that all day.
You're right about the follow through. I had to tell myself that the other day too. Like you just got to let the leg go.
Yeah. Nice. Yep. That's it right there. Perfect.
You threw a touchdown pass in your career.
Yeah, one time.
What would you say is the best play of your career?
That one's cool. That was probably like the most nerve-wracking. Like, they called it. We practiced it during the week. I thought they did it for our defense. They called it in the game. I go, are you sure? Like, you seriously gonna call it? We practiced it. It didn't work at all.
Really?
So we actually called it twice. The first time we scored the play, so they called it again. I remember like I had Lululemon gloves on, had to take them off because you can't throw with those, obviously. So I almost dropped the snap. Dude's wide open. Goes from wide open to contested, but he caught it. So it was cool.
It was a dot.
Yeah, it was all right.
Nothing you can do about a dot.
Yeah. A little too much air, but
you'd put that above the NFL record?
That one was cool.
Yeah. It was all right, just the NFL record.
It got broke, so.
But still, it's got to be up there.
It was up there. You just got in tight with that plan again.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
I like it open slightly.
Yeah.
But you're just too tight to it. Like.
Okay.
I basically can see right when you make contact, like how it's gonna go.
I can feel it too. The second it doesn't sound like it. Would you say that starts here? Like if I were to start more flip there, am I starting to here where I'm going to rounding too close?
I used to be more close. Everyone's gonna be slightly different. I like trying to have my hips and everything at where I'm finishing. Like everyone thinks you're going at the ball, but you're actually going straight to your plant. So like I'm going here, my line is straight here. Good hit. That's right, exactly where your line, right where you were. I want to see one more thing with you once you set one up. For some reason to me, you look super like narrow to the ball.
Yeah,
does it feel like that?
Sometimes, yeah. You think widen out a little bit?
In between those two, you know what I'm saying? I think that's partially why you're jamming yourself is because you're too narrow.
I do like 3 babies.
You're way taller than me and we're almost in the same spot.
3 babies?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 2.5, 3 maybe. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
I like that ball right there for you. I like the sound of
3
that
babies?
play.
Changing it the week of the showcase?
It just looked the most natural.
It was smooth.
Like, right
That's my
there.
swing path.
Yeah, no, that looked the smoothest.
It didn't condense me. That is more of my swing path to where I'm not losing it out here.
You're coming here and then you're like going like this and coming like that almost. You know what I mean?
So Matt was talking about that my plant was really narrow to the ball. Basically what that's doing is making me slice at the ball and not be able to get through the ball like I normally could. So what we did to try and fix that is take 3 baby steps outside on my 1.5 steps rather than just taking 2. Oh, it's great.
That's a great miss hit, dude. That's money. I noticed once Adam was, starting off, he looked a little narrow from his walk-off. I asked him to just kind of widen out a hair. He started hitting the ball really clean. So I think that's a good adjustment. It helps him keep his natural swing path a little more consistent. So we'll keep working on that and hopefully he hits the ball straight.
I'm not gonna lie, doing the 3 baby steps definitely felt better than doing the 2 over. It widened me out, which widened my plant and allowed me to actually hit my ball.
You going to full now?
Full steps.
My 2 cents, just my opinion, don't do the 2. It's just my own opinion. Janikowski switched to that. Like,
that's why I did it.
Yeah, but it's whatever you think. That's just my opinion.
We're finally swinging the leg a little bit, and now it's time to go back into my full steps. We're going with the 3-step kick now. We got to be able to smoke that football. Now, before I get into full steps, this is the perfect time to remind y'all that this is a 5-part series, with each episode getting better leading up to the NFL workout. So make sure y'all are subscribed because you don't want to miss a single episode.
The thing, make sure that plank gets out.
Kind of grab my heel
right where you hit a good clean ball. Slight, it just came a hair here. Now just focus on everything straight down the field of your target. So once we went back to the 3-step field goal, I noticed Adam was still a little narrow with his walk-off, so he went to the 3 baby step for his width. Started really stroking it, hitting the ball really clean, good rotation, really high. Basically, you're trying to hit your B to B plus ball every time. That looked pretty good to me. As far as like the width and everything, it looks good. Like your swing and everything looked like a 3. Same thing, man. Stay smooth, keep that toe pointed, and finish everything down right at the target.
Yeah, I will say I have been feeling more confident in my 3-step, so that's kind of where the debate comes in up there.
Watching you kick in the past and today, even like your 2, you look more natural with the full steps. You might be a tad tight for how tall you are.
Now we notice the same thing on my 3-steps is kind of happening. I'm a little bit too narrow to the ball, which is causing that inconsistency and that slice on the ball. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply that 3 baby steps to my 3-step kick as well.
I want to figure out how to take a little bit of that height off to get a little. That's what I want to.
If you figure it out, let me know.
More.
We might have found something. The 3-step kick, the 3 baby steps, they might go together.
Hey, hit one more like that for me.
Same thing.
I'm gonna film it what Gabo's telling me right here. Honestly, that looks really freaking good. The only little detail I would say, watch your left arm.
Left arm drop.
See it's dropping and coming across?
Yeah, that's what you told me last time.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've seen.
I've tried doing it, but I shank the ball when I try and
Dude, just
come
when
straight
you
across.
So a drill, let me show you a drill real
Yep.
quick. Notice his left arm was dropping a little bit on contact, so we want that left arm and right leg to be connected on the swing.
He wants my arm to come more straight across like this, so now I know he's got a drill for us to do to try and fix that.
You want to think this hand and this leg's connected, so when it's swinging, to get your upper body and lower body connected, it's here. Just try swinging your leg here versus like here, you know what I'm saying? So you're like fighting against your body when it's down like that. We're working with Adam on his left hand, staying up on his swing. Had him hold just a can of Zyn in his left hand. You can hold anything, doesn't have to be Zyn, but that naturally makes you hold up high, so it's connecting your left arm and right leg. That was already a little better, honestly.
His drill is definitely weird, but I feel like it's something that you could definitely implement if you're just focusing on one thing, which is the arm in this case. We don't care where the ball necessarily goes, even though the last one was smoke. We don't necessarily care where the ball goes as long as we're working on that arm coming straight across. We got to get it to a point where our body is just used to doing it and not dropping the arm every single time.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, there we go. Next time you kick when you warm up, just do that when you start, and then you don't have to do it anymore. You'll just slowly pick it up. It'll just change it easily.
Did it look any different when I actually kicked the ball?
Yes.
All right, it's the last kick of the day. We got to make this kick. It's got to be our best ball we've kicked all day. We just worked on that drill, so now we're going to see if we can take that arm drop and not have it happen on this final kick.
Great ball. Is that ball higher?
60% of the way up from 56.
Oh, dude, you did. We had here and then it went across. It was like a double. 2 things I saw today. Make sure you're not too tight on the ball in that left arm. Clean up those 2 little things the next few times you're kicking, and then we'll find another little thing down the road. Personally, I think you should stay with the 3 steps and just stay smooth. You crush it. Dude, you stay smooth and hit that ball. Nobody's hitting that ball. Overall, great day. He's got 2 little things to work on as far as his 3 steps for the whip and that left arm staying up a little higher coming across.
This is an NFL coach, and this is me. And no, this title is not clickbait. I got a private workout with an NFL team. You guys have seen me do showcases, UFL workouts, but this is different. This is the NFL. This is the best you can get right here, and I've got a private workout that all started with a text. I have a private workout for you with an NFL team next Thursday at 2 p.m. Looks like it might rain during that time, but this is the only time available. What? I just got done with a workout at the field and I come back to my car and I see this. This is definitely not what I expected to see when I got back to my car. So now here's the situation. I told y'all we had about 5 weeks to train for this NFL showcase. So now cut that in half because I literally have to go kick at a private workout for an NFL team in less than a week. The text does say it's supposed to rain during that time, which obviously isn't ideal, but hey, opportunity is opportunity. We just gotta go ball out. At this point, it's really crazy to even say that I have an NFL workout. I don't know who's gonna be at the workout. I don't even know what team's about to be at the workout. Plus, this is a private workout. It's It's not like anything I've done in the past where anybody can pay and go to these showcases. No, this is a private workout for a text that I got. But what I know is that I can go out and I can control what I do, which is put that ball between the posts. Now, something I can't control is the weather. Looking at the forecast, it is straight rain. Now, if y'all kick field goals, y'all even just play football or a sport, you guys will know that playing in the rain is not fun. The ground's gonna be wet, your plant's gonna be sliding, the ball is not gonna travel the same in the air. It's gonna be possibly cold as well. So those are things that are gonna work against us, but it's not something that I can control. Now, luckily, a few days before the private workout, there was a rainy day in Arizona, so I had to take advantage of it. It's definitely not fun being out here on a day like this. It's raining, it's cold, it's wet. The ball's not gonna fly as far off our foot. Our plant foot's gonna be sliding. Everything's kind of working against us. It's windy. It's definitely just not one of those days you wanna come to the field, but you gotta come to the field, you gotta get better. You gotta put in the work when no one else wants to. Right now, I'm the only one out here at the field. Usually there's other people running around doing all that stuff. Right now, I'm the only one out here at the field. Plus, it's pretty much what they're saying the conditions are gonna be in San Diego for this private workout. So we gotta be ready for it. And honestly, it's a great thing to be able to have a day like this in Arizona. I don't normally get to train on rainy days like this when I'm in Arizona because it never really rains. This is just something I wanted to take advantage of. If I've got a day like today, it's gonna be similar as my first ever private NFL workout. I gotta take advantage of it. I had to come out here, kick some field goals, get some balls up, and also work on my plant. The plant's gonna be super important. If my plant is sliding out from underneath me, obviously I'm probably not gonna make the kicks on showcase day. There's something that's just different about kicking in the rain. It's just the fact that you're out here by yourself at the field. Literally nothing else matters. You can just put that ball between the posts, focus on the little things. Obviously you're not able to stretch the ball back as far as you can during these sessions, but the things that you can do is focus on the little things and perfect little things that you're gonna have to deal with in the game. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just something different when you're able to come out here and just kick in the rain. Honestly, I feel like that training day in the rain was exactly what I needed. The ball was jumping off my foot, the ball was going between the posts, and it was great to be able to train in the same conditions that I'll probably be in at the private workout. Now, there still was one thing that I feel like I needed to do before I showed up to the private workout, and that was show up one day early and work with Coach Nick Novak.
I just watched that last one, and all those guys were jumping. You were jumping. And you were like,
oh, you watched the Audibles video?
The Audibles, yeah.
And right when I got to the field, Coach told me that he watched the Audibles video. If you guys don't know about the Audibles channel, we made a group YouTube channel. AJ, Zach, Cliff, Hunt, and myself, 5 football YouTubers combined into one group where we're not even necessarily dropping football videos. We did a video where we tested Airbnbs, and it might be one of the funniest videos on YouTube. So if y'all haven't seen that video, make sure y'all go check that out right now. I'll leave the link for y'all in the description. If Coach Novak is watching the channel, y'all should probably be watching the channel too. But anyways, let's get into this workout. If you guys watched the last episode where I trained with Matt Prater, you guys would have saw that I changed my steps to be a little bit wider so my plant is not as narrow. That's gonna eliminate those misses that I'm having to the right and honestly just let me hit the ball with my normal swing pass. So going into this workout with Novak, I wanted to get his thoughts on it, but also just really fine tune those steps.
Beep. 65 yards. Track man.
Y'all know that changing your steps, your approach, anything like that right before a big game or a showcase or anything like that is probably not something you want to do. But for me, I was really smacking that ball right when we made that minor change with Prater. So I wanted to be able to continue that over, and I feel like it's going to make me better at this workout. So that's something that we focused on while I was out at Novak's, is working on getting good contact with the ball in these wider steps. It's also a little nerve-wracking when you go to your coach and say that you changed something right before a big workout. I literally work out with an NFL team, arguably, not even arguably, this is the biggest kicking day I've had in my life, and I changed something the week before I went and saw my kicking coach. He had no clue about it. But luckily, he ended up liking the change. It's something he's actually been telling me for a long time, that I need to widen out my plant. So he liked the change, and honestly, the ball was flying really good that day. Now, after we got some good kicks up during that session, we ended up going into some live snap holds. Now, I don't get a lot of live snap hold work out here because I don't really know a lot of people in Arizona that do this. So this is the first time that I've gone live snap hold in a long time. But honestly, if you guys have watched and you guys have listened to me before, you guys know that I like going full live operation better. It honestly just eliminates the fact that I gotta sit there and stare at a ball, and I just get to go play ball. Normally when I see the ball down there, I gotta think about a bunch of different things, but really I shouldn't be thinking about these things. I should just be thinking smack the heck out of the ball, finish down the field, and put the ball between the posts. And that's exactly what was happening during this workout. It was like this operation was automatic. I haven't worked with this long snapper before, but I know he did used to snap for the Jaguars. But I have actually worked with this holder before. This is Jack Browning. He punted for the Buccaneers last year. And like I said, this operation was automatic. Our timing was good, our operation was good, and the kicks were all good, which honestly made me turn to Novak and be like, hey man, we need to go full live operation tomorrow. We got that workout with this NFL team tomorrow. We need to go full op because I am money right now. So at this point, I'm hoping the next day at the NFL workout, we go live op. After the training session with Novak, we talked about the weather a little bit. The field that we kick on at Novak's may be a little bit slippery at times, especially when it's raining or after it rains, which obviously we've talked about it already. It's supposed to be pouring during this workout. So obviously it's not ideal, but Coach and I talked about a few different things after the session that he recommended recommended I do during the workout so that I don't slip, I don't slide, and we put that ball between the posts. And just like that, there's no more preparation that I could do. It's time to work out for an NFL team. We prepared for rain. Now we're not getting rain. We're getting what arguably is probably the worst thing to kick in, wind. And this wasn't just a regular wind either. This was a 32-mile-an-hour gust wind directly blowing to my right. What did we talk about earlier in this video? If I miss, it's gonna be to the right. This is not something that I wanted on the biggest kicking day of my life. I'm literally working out for an NFL team, and now all of a sudden I have to deal with probably the worst kicking conditions possible. Ultimately, this is something that I could not control though. All I can control is my preparation, my warm-up. But honestly, my body was feeling really good this day. This was an afternoon session, so I had a little bit of time to warm up. I went through my whole routine. We've been preaching routine for over a year now. I went through my routine and got all of my stretching in. After I got warmed up a little bit, I went into some no steps with the football stick, and then y'all can see I did some no steps Matt Prater style. In the last video, he talked about doing everything like it's a game kick, and now his no steps, he walks into it just like it's a game kick, so that's what I did. Honestly, at this point, it looks like a great day, right? Wrong. The wind was absolutely cooking. The forecast was not wrong. 16 to 32 mile an hour winds directly to my right. But the thing is, we can't let that wind bring us down today. We have one enemy today, and that is the wind, and we can't control it. So what I did is I just kept to my warm-up routine. That routine is gonna bring you through everything. I'm telling y'all, if you don't have a routine, get a routine. I will say normally I keep my warm-up to a minimum, but today, because the wind was so bad, I wanted to get a decent amount of kicks up so that I could play and test with the wind. I feel like this is something that's mandatory. Yes, it's gonna detour you from your routine a little bit, but I feel like it's something that was mandatory so I could learn how to play this wind. When I got back into my full step kicks, the wind was absolutely cooking the football. You guys can see it right here. The ball goes up dead straight and then it just yanks the ball to the right. This means if we put too much height on this ball today, that ball is going to miss. I kick a high spinny ball, which if you put it really high in some wind like this, it's gonna yank the ball. So that is gonna be a major problem for us today. But as you guys can see, I'm staying composed. I'm still working on my 3 steps over, widening myself out a little bit and trying to just play this wind, which you guys can see happen on this kick right here. It cut the wind, it didn't go too high, and it didn't move at all. These are the type of kicks that I need today during the workout. Now, it was at this point that the NFL coach showed up and it got real. I don't want to call it pressure because I feel like pressure is just perception, but when that coach walked on the field, you could feel everybody just tense up a little bit. Y'all know coaches watch body language, they listen to how that football comes off your foot. Everything matters when you're on that field and they're there with you. And I don't think I've mentioned at this point, I'm the only kicker at this workout. Yes, the only kicker working out for this NFL team at this private workout. There's 2 punters, 2 snappers, and me. Normally when I do these showcases, there's a ton of kickers there. No, today they are there to watch me. That is such a crazy concept to me. But regardless, I had to lock back in and continue the warm-up, which of course, the first ball afterwards got absolutely yanked by the wind. So to me, I'm like, dang, this NFL coach thinks I suck, man. I'm just hoping that he understands how bad this wind is, which I'm assuming he does because he deals with kickers all the time. He's a special teams coach, but still, you have to just hope at that point. But more than hope, you have to learn and you have to correct, which is exactly what I'm trying to do right here. I'm working on these kicks, I'm working on these steps. I'm not trying to over kick, but I do want to get this down, which honestly by this point, I was getting frustrated. This ball, no matter how I kicked it, what angle I kicked it, it was just getting yanked. They start out straight and the ball just gets yanked outside the post. What I did after this kick is I took a slight break. I didn't want to keep doing it because the coach was now watching the punters. I didn't want to keep swinging my leg and waste my leg. I still needed to have some stamina in the leg for when I actually work out. And after a little bit, I went back over to the net so I could get my leg swinging a little bit. And the good thing is that these trees in the background weren't even moving at all. Yeah, that's a lie. The trees in the background tell y'all how bad this wind is. Those trees are not supposed to be moving like that. It was at this point that I got introduced to the coach. He was still watching the punters, so I knew I had some time to warm up, so I waited for them to clear to the other side of the field, and then I started going again. And of course, the first kick absolutely yanked by the wind again. This wind, honestly, I think it's getting worse throughout the day. You can just see right here on this kick, if I put that ball too high, it's gonna get yanked by the wind. I can't do that. I gotta lower the ball flight a little bit. So what I did on this next kick is I aimed basically at the left post from the right hash, and you can see the ball finished right down the middle of the post. So I feel like at this point, I'm finally getting a grasp on the wind, which is great because it was time to actually get these kicks up in front of the NFL coach. And because we had snappers and because we had punters who are also holders, we were going live op. But unfortunately, live operation comes with another problem. Now, as you guys can see, this holder today is not jacked. So because we have 2 snappers and 2 holders, we're gonna rotate. So I'm basically kicking with a different snapper and a different holder every kick, and I've never worked with these guys before. But again, nothing I can control. All I can do is watch it, see how he puts the ball on the ground, and then kick the ball. And then it was time for my first kick in front of an NFL coach. right down the middle. The wind didn't affect the ball at all. It looks like a great day right now, but the wind is still blowing. I will assure you the wind is still blowing, but that ball did not move at all. Right down the middle, and that's exactly the kick that I needed to start this NFL workout. Now it was on to kick number 2, and as y'all can see, they swapped the snapper and the holder, so I just had to lock in and let another ball fly. Two for 2 right now, exactly how I needed to start. Now we got to keep this flow going throughout the rest of this workout. And at this point, y'all can see I'm just locked in. I'm walking to that next spot. I'm ready to go. Kick number 3, also good. And bang, 4 for 4 right now. You can see that ball did tail off a little bit at the end, so you can tell the wind is still there, but I did what I needed to do. We put that ball between the posts. And at this point, I was so locked in, the long snapper came back to me and said, bro, you can take your time between these kicks. Give us a little bit of a break. To be fair, I was like, bro, I'm ready to go. Whenever y'all put a ball on the ground, I'm kicking the thing. So I'm just going off of y'all. But it was a good thing because I feel like him saying that and joking around a little bit made me just like lose a little bit of the tension. Right now, I was so locked in, but now I'm not locked in, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the tensions aren't there as much, which is great because pressure, like I said, is perception. When you create that perception, that's when that pressure starts to get on you. So at this point, it's just free flowing. It's just like yesterday when I'm kicking those live ops at Novak's, and it was time for kick number 5. That kick, I was pretty much on the same point I was in warmups when I aimed at the left post, and it ended up finishing right down the middle. So what I did is I aimed at the left post again. I learned from warmups, and bang, another kick, good. So on the next kick, I did the same exact thing, and you guys can see where the ball ended, right down the middle. 6 for 6 to start this workout. As y'all can see, I'm joking around. I like talking a little bit with my snapper, my holder between kicks, just to kind of liven the mood a little bit. Now, while I was over there doing that, these two were over there plotting, bro. I don't know what they were saying, because all my kicks are good at this point. So I don't know if you're talking good, if you're talking bad. I have no clue what they were saying, but that's not up to me at this point. All I can do is go make this kick. See, now that ball, it started out like it was gonna miss, but then the wind pulled it back in, so it was good. The funny thing is I literally aimed right at that post so the wind would pull the ball back in, but the ball didn't move. Either way, 3 points is 3 points. And these guys are back there plotting again. I don't know what they're saying, but all I can do is go hit this next ball just like last time. And bang, another one, good. We have not missed yet today. And they say history repeats itself. Bang, 9 for 9. But the thing is, can I go a perfect 10 for 10? Mind you, a normal showcase is only about 9 to 10 kicks. So if I make this is pretty much a perfect chart at a showcase. Yeah. We missed the 10th ball. But the thing is, if y'all heard it during the kick, the coach said, that's a great ball right when it left my foot. So honestly, I'm gonna take that as a win. Yes, it did get yanked by the wind. You can tell the wind is probably 30 miles an hour at this point. But he even said that was a great ball. After that kick, he called me over and he actually talked to me for a second about a couple little things that I could change about my kicks to just lower the trajectory a little bit so it's not getting yanked by the wind. This is something that I'm gonna listen to because he's worked with a lot of great NFL kickers. And I'm trying to be a great NFL kicker. So why would I not listen to this coach? I'm soaking in all this information, everything I can get out of this guy. Pause. I'm trying to learn. This is also the first time that he's talked to me this entire workout, which is crazy. I got 10 footballs in before he even said a word. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Usually in my experience, if someone doesn't say anything, that means you're doing okay. So after listening to all this information, I went into kick number 11. And hey, it don't get much better than that. Yeah, it might have been a little high, but it cut the wind. It went right down the middle and didn't tail till it was over the net. So right now we're sitting 10 for 11, and this is the last kick of the day. This is kick number 12. And the snap was good, the hold was good, and the kick, yes, it was high, but it was good. Now, right as I was walking back towards him, he asked if I was trying to bring rain down with that football. Yes, that ball was a little bit high, and yes, he does have a sense of humor on him, but either way, the ball was good. 11 for 12, honestly, a really great workout, especially because the one miss, he said it was a great ball off my foot. And after the actual workout part, he wanted to see me do a few kicks just off a hold. And with these kicks, he wanted to see me drop the height of the football a little bit to counter the wind because the wind was absolutely cooking at this point, which you guys can see right here on this kick. When I tell you guys, this is probably the worst conditions I've had to kick in, and I've kicked in a lot of BS. I'm from Montana. I've had a lot of weather conditions. This was probably the worst thing I've had to deal with. But the thing I will take away from this is that every ball that I was kicking right here went dead straight and then got yanked by the wind. So obviously it's something that I got to work on, but obviously these conditions are not something you're gonna see on a regular. So with the kicks starting dead middle and all the kicks looking great rotation-wise and everything like that, I'ma still take it. Now with this last kick, the ball obviously missed way to the left, but this is the one he said he liked the most. How does that make sense? Well, with this last set of kicks, he said he wanted me to drop the ball height and drive the ball more, which on that kick, it did. He wanted me to aim way left on that kick, so really, that's exactly where I aimed. So the ball was exactly what he wanted to see. If I would have just aimed between the posts, it probably would have been good. Which as y'all can see right here, he said this was your best kick of the day, which is funny because the ball missed way outside the post, but this was the best kick of the day in his eyes. So for that to be the last ball of the day, honestly, pretty good thing. Then after the session, I was trying to learn as much from him as possible. I was asking a bunch of different questions and he was telling me different things about where the ball should hit on my foot and all that stuff, especially because I'm 6'4". Most kickers are not as tall as me, so he was telling me different things that I can use to leverage my height into kicking field goals. And basically from there, that wraps up my first ever NFL workout, and I'd say I did a pretty decent job. Looking back at the workout itself, I feel like I went out there and I did what I needed to do, which was make kicks. Because if I went out there and I looked trash in my first time kicking in front of an NFL coach, it was probably wraps from there. He's gonna tell everybody else. The NFL, they probably all talk to each other. But because I went out there, I did my thing on the field. Hopefully he's either one, able to bring me in himself, that'd be great, but two, he's able to talk to other coaches and be like, hey, this kid is not just a YouTube university kicker, he's actually pretty good at what he does. At least that's what I hope he's thinking, because I don't really know what was going through his mind because he didn't really talk a whole lot while I was kicking the field goals. But hey, regardless, I got a private workout with an NFL team, and what's crazy is this is only part 4 of our 5-part series, with each episode getting better leading up to the NFL Showcase, which is next week. I think like 80% of y'all that are watching this video right now are not subscribed, so make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on so y'all know when I post. Today, I'm trying out for the NFL in front of NFL coaches. In the last video, y'all saw me work out for a single NFL team, but today a lot more is on the line and a lot more teams are there to watch me kick. There's probably gonna be around 12 teams there this weekend, so make sure you're ready. Also, make sure you get some live holds in this week too. 12 teams? Dang, and Dream Ralphus just dropped their summer drop. I'm telling y'all, this Dream Ralphus summer drop is one of the best drops that's happened in a long time. These orange ones right there are actually in this summer drop, so make sure y'all go get them before they sell out. Hey, y'all heard that right? I'm about to work out in front of 12 NFL teams. Last week was only 1. This week we're working out in front of 12. This workout's gonna be a little bit different though. Last week it was only me working out for the NFL team, but this week it's gonna be showcase style. So there's gonna be a lot of other kickers there competing in front of the teams. This is gonna be a group of some of the best free agents available, and some of these guys have definitely played in the league before, and me, well, y'all know I haven't played in the league before, so that's obviously working against me here. But that's not something I need to worry about. The only thing I can control is putting the ball between the posts, and luckily the coach we worked with last week gave me some tips, gave me some things we can work on to do just that. Honestly, it's still so crazy to me that I had a private NFL workout last week. I started posting random kicking videos on the internet in 2020, and now in 2025, I literally had a private workout with an NFL team. To me, that just doesn't make sense, but it happened. So last week, we obviously had to deal with some crazy weather conditions. Honestly, one of the worst things I've had to deal with in my kicking career. We prepared for rain, but it ended up being like a 16 to 32 mile an hour wind directly blowing to my right. Like I said, this is probably one of the craziest things I've had to deal with in my life. Those kind of conditions right there, they don't just test your kicking ability. They test your focus and your ability to adapt as well. And trust me, it took a lot of time for me to adapt to this wind. But the good thing is that when the time came for me to kick in front of this NFL coach, I pretty much went perfect. I started out 9 for 9, kick after kick, going between the uprights, working with a different snapper and holder every single time, and we were money. Now when it came for kick number 10, which would have been a perfect chart when it comes to a kicking showcase, it started out straight, but it ended up missing to the right due to the wind. Now on that kick, he did say it was a great ball off my foot, so honestly, for that miss, I'm gonna take it. It's a good miss. We never want to classify a miss as good, but that was a good miss. Then after I made my last 2 kicks at that workout, that was it. I went 11 for 12 in my first ever workout with an NFL coach. Now this coach has worked with a lot of great NFL kickers, so obviously I was trying to soak in as much information as I could. One of the bits of information he gave me was that my ball flight might be a little bit too high. I've known for a long time that I kick a high spinny ball, but that's just always been my ball. But it was definitely good to hear his thoughts on it, because obviously, like I said, he's worked with a lot of great NFL kickers and he knows what he's talking about. So going into this showcase, that's definitely something that I'm trying to work on. I'm just trying to get that ball more controlled and more of an NFL ball. The funny thing is he actually said I kick a pretty Instagram ball, which I mean, he's not lying. I feel like I kick a pretty decent ball, but I get what he's talking about, decreasing that ball height and just being more efficient overall and kicking a true NFL ball so we can maximize distance and also cut through wind if there's going to be wind at this showcase. And from what y'all can see, who knows what's going to happen weather-wise in San Diego. We expected for there to be rain last video and there was 32 mile an hour winds, so we don't know what we're about to get at this showcase. Another thing we talked about and that I'm working on is where I'm striking the ball at on my foot. Y'all made a couple jokes about this right here where he was pointing at a spot on my foot, and rightfully so, it does look a little bit bit weird, but I assure you, he wasn't doing what y'all were thinking. He was just pointing at a spot on my foot. But the spot you hit on your foot is one of those tiny details that makes a massive difference, especially when you're trying to compete at the highest level. So going into the showcase this weekend, I gotta have the spot on my foot dialed in as well. So that's something I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to get better at contact. Yes, I'm this far into my kicking career and I'm still trying to work on contact. And if y'all want to get better at contact or all the little things that I'm talking about in this too, I actually dropped a full kicking course. All of the information that I know that I've taken from all these kicking coaches, everybody that I've worked with, I've compiled it all into one place. So if you guys are interested in getting better at kicking field goals, I'll leave the link for y'all to my course and my website in the description. As a matter of fact, because y'all are watching this video right now, y'all are supporting me, I'm gonna support you. This code right here will be 10% off my course for a limited time only, so make sure y'all get it right now. Just think of this as an investment back into yourself. You get all of this knowledge, you get to implement it, and man, go get that freaking scholarship. So today was basically a day where I solely worked on contact. It's the little things that are gonna separate a good kicker from a great kicker. Obviously, I wanna live in that great category, so I'm gonna listen to what this NFL coach said, I'm gonna implement it, and we're gonna be ready for this weekend. Now at this point, we can see the weather forecast, and it looks better than last time. 60 degrees, but it looks like that left to right wind is back. But this time it looks like it's only gonna be around 10 miles an hour, so it's significantly less than last time. So as long as I can drop that ball height, we'll be good. Coming off the workout last week and after the preparation I've done this week, I feel good, but honestly, I feel like there's one more thing I needed to work on before I go into this showcase. Coach did say to get some live holds in this week, so I went and got the best people I could find for the job.
Hey, how far ahead do I gotta be for a snap?
Yeah, they actually didn't know what they were doing at all. What the heck kind of form is that?
What kind of form am I supposed to have?
Let me see one. Oh, that wasn't bad.
I'm like that, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
That wasn't bad. After the one decent snap, we struggled a bit, and this one even had to turn into a punt. And I'm not gonna lie, it was actually a pretty decent punt, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to kick field goals. And at this point, I am a little bit worried because if I do have to kick live snap hold at this showcase, I don't know if I'm gonna be 100% ready working with this operation. But all I can do at this point is continue to work with what I've got and just try and get better.
We're definitely not who he needs out here.
Definitely not the man for the job.
I think it's actually like worse.
If we're so bad, I couldn't imagine what it feel like to kick regular. So he might be good.
And luckily after that, we ended up getting a few kicks up despite the holds being a bit odd. Obviously, this isn't the most ideal work. I mean, Tony's letting the ball go before I even kick the ball, but you can't really blame him. He's never done this before, so we can't hold that against him. I'm not gonna lie though, we ended up catching a flow and we were actually making kicks. They might not have been the best operation, but they were going in until Tony moved this one about a foot to the left of his original placement on the ground. You almost caught that to the back of the head. Yeah, that's definitely not ideal. When I see the ball on the ground, that's where I'm going. So then when you move it, that's where I gotta go now. I gotta adjust at the last second. That kick's probably not gonna be good. But we bounced back on the next one and it was money. And then we caught a flow again. No disrespect to Tony and David at all, but if I can work with that operation, I can work with any operation I gotta deal with on showcase day. Honestly, I think that session proves that I like live snap hold better. Y'all saw it in the private NFL workout video where I had a bunch of things going on around me, but going live made it so I didn't overthink. I just played ball. So yeah, it might not have been the greatest work, it might not have been the greatest operation, but the point was to go out and see a live snap hold and get some kicks up, which is exactly what we did. And at this point, there was no more preparation I could do. It was time for the NFL showcase. Almost immediately after everybody showed up to the NFL showcase, the NFL coaches arrived. And as y'all can see, some of the teams that are there today, the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Raiders. Now, some of the coaches that were there didn't wear their team gear, so I didn't necessarily know who they were, so y'all gotta let me know down in the comments if y'all know. Like I said, this workout is a showcase, and the guys are all split up into different groups, so I was in group number 2. This meant as soon as group number 1 started kicking, it was my time to warm up. And to me, at this point, it's just another kicking day. I'm gonna stick to my routine. I've talked to y'all about routine a lot, but just because I'm at an NFL showcase, that's not gonna change anything that I'm doing. I'm still gonna get my stretching in, I'm still gonna get warmed up, and I'm still gonna go right into my no-step kicks. And for the no-step kicks, I'm still doing the Matt Prater game-like no-step kicks from episode 3 of this series. And after I did that, it was time for me to go out and actually get some kicks up on the post. Now, it was at this point that I finally looked over to the other side for the first time and saw that they were kicking with a holder. Yes, there was no live snap hold today, but everybody did have a holder. And you know what I didn't have that day? A holder. Today was actually day 2. The first day was punters and long snappers, and today was just kickers. Meaning, unlike last time at the private workout I did, there was no punters to be able to hold for me. Now, there were some people out there, but there was none that I've actually kicked with before, which y'all know is a problem. You gotta have that chemistry with your snapper and your holder. We don't have the snapper this time, but you still gotta have that chemistry with your holder. But that's not something I can worry about right now. I gotta lock back in on this warm-up. And my first warm-up kick on the post, the ball jumped off my foot so much that it actually went over the kicking net behind the post. They're using all the other other footballs on the other side of the field right now because they're actually going through the showcase for Group 1. So I only had a couple footballs and I just put my first one over the net. But it's all right because I have a second football with me that actually went over the net as well on my second kick. So now I actually have no footballs. I mean, it's a good thing that I'm putting it over the net. That means I'm kicking good footballs, and yes, they were good. They were right down the middle. So it's exactly what I wanted. The ball just went over the net, so I couldn't kick anymore. Now, luckily, I had a couple extra footballs in my bag, so I ran over there and the guys were giving me crap because I was kicking my footballs over the net, but I got those and I ran back over to get some more warm-up kicks in. And my warm-up kicks were money. This is pretty much the opposite of what was going on last week. Today, it didn't feel like anything was going on behind me. It just felt like I was out there by myself, kicking field goals and warming up like I normally would. The weather today, yeah, it's a little gloomy and it's not exactly that 60 degrees that we talked about, but I'm gonna take it. Nothing compares to what we dealt with last week. And it was definitely translating in my warm-up kicks. I don't know if I missed a single kick in warm-ups, and you can tell by my reaction how I felt about that warm-up. It went really well. But the warm-up, it doesn't matter. More NFL coaches had showed up by this point, and Group 1 was pretty much getting done with their workout. And these NFL coaches, man, they all had their clipboards, and every time a kick went up, whether it was good, whether it was bad, they wrote something down on their clipboard. So I don't know what they're writing or if they're just tracking if it's good or bad. I don't know. All I know is I gotta go perform. The problem is I still don't have a holder. But literally, as I'm walking to the other side of the field to get some practice kicks up on the side that we're actually kicking on, I spotted somebody that y'all might recognize. This is Dean, and he actually held for me in last week's private workout. And I didn't miss a single kick off of his holds. So when he asked if I wanted him to hold for me, obviously I said yes. So we got a couple practice kicks up into the net, and you can just see how much the ball is jumping off my foot today. Honestly, it couldn't have worked out more perfect that the guy that held for me in last week's private workout that we went perfect on showed up to this NFL showcase today and asked if I wanted him to hold for me. Like, honestly, what are the odds of that happening? So right now, I'm even more confident than I was about 10 minutes ago when I was hitting those warm-up kicks. But that still doesn't change the fact that there's NFL coaches in attendance today. Every kick matters when I'm on the field, including my first warm-up kick. The first kick that I'm on that side of the field, I absolutely shanked. I went from perfect in warm-ups to shanking that ball. So I definitely had to get one more kick in before the actual competition. And that's the exact ball I needed to see come off my foot. You can tell I was joking around about it like, what the heck were you doing on the first kick? But either way, that's the last ball I needed to see before the showcase actually started. And it was finally time for my group to kick at the showcase, and I was first up in the group. Good. And bang, exactly where we left off at the last workout. Another kick perfectly down the middle, and I hope they all went to the clipboards and were writing down next to my name on that kick. But I didn't look over there. I was locked in, and I was getting prepared for kick number 2. Good. And bang, 2 for 2. But it was at this point the wind shifted a little bit and it was no longer going from left to right like the forecast predicted and like we dealt with last time. Now it was going a little bit right to left. So that's something I have to keep in mind and I have to adjust to. I don't get warm-up kicks with this crosswind anymore. I have to do it during the competition. Good. And bang, it don't get much better than that ball right there. Right down the middle, we adjusted for the wind. It's exactly what I needed. Right now we're 3 for 3 and picking up exactly where we left off last time. But then disaster struck. Hold wide left. You can see what I mean about the wind. That ball started out like it was gonna go between the posts and then it got yanked to the left by the wind. My first miss at the competition, but that's okay. We gotta bounce back. We gotta show these coaches that I can keep my head up and I can bounce back. We gotta aim a little bit more to the right on this next kick and put it between the posts. Right. And I kicked a pretty true ball. It went to the right. I wanted to aim to the right. It went to the right, and I just hit a little bit slappy on the ball, and it was no good. At this point, I'm not looking over there, but I can feel the coaches just looking down at that clipboard and writing an X next to my name, just scratching it out. We really have to bounce back on this next kick. And again, the ball started dead middle and all of a sudden the wind took it out and it actually hit the high school post, which obviously we're kicking pro post, so it's no good. And on my way back after this kick, Novak stopped me and told me a few things that'll help me out on my next couple kicks. He wanted me to drop the height a little bit on the ball, which is obviously what that NFL coach told me last week, but he also wanted me to just stay composed and show these NFL coaches that I can bounce back after a couple misses. Body language and your ability to bounce back after a miss is a huge thing at these showcases, because obviously you're probably gonna miss kicks in a game. Everybody misses, we're all human. But it's how you bounce back after a miss. Obviously, I've gone on a cold streak. I've missed the last 3, so I really got to step up and knock down kick number 7. Good. And there we go. That's my ball. You can see I knew it was my ball right after the kick as well, and that ball did not move with the wind at all. So that's definitely the bounce back kick I needed before I went into kick number 8. Good. 55, right hash, true ball, didn't move at all, hit the net 3/4 of the way up. Yeah, we're back. This is the last kick of my showcase, my final kick in front of NFL scouts. I gotta step up, I gotta knock it down. Man, I just hit it a little bit too slappy. I hit it on the toe like I talked about earlier. Missing short from 58 for myself is not something you normally see. Obviously on the 55, we literally just hit the ball before that. It hit 3/4 of the way up the net. So for me to miss 58 short, that's pretty crazy. There's really no excuse though. I just hit the ball a little bit slappy and it was no good. Then after that, I went over the coaches. I shook their hands, talked to them for a little bit and just thanked them for coming out to watch me kick. And that was it. My first official NFL showcase. Not exactly how I wanted to do. Obviously those 3 misses in the middle definitely hurt. And then obviously missing the last kick hurts too. You never want to miss your last one because they're always going to remember your last one. And if it's a bad one, well, that's what they're going to remember you as. Hopefully what they remember is my ability to bounce back after a couple misses and also that 55 right that was piped dead middle, no wiggle in the ball at all, and it went 3/4 of the way up the post. You guys have been watching this 5-part series leading up to this NFL showcase, and this was the finale. At the beginning of this series, I don't think anybody expected for me to get a private workout by myself with an NFL team. So ultimately, we have to take that private workout as a win. And even though I didn't necessarily do what I wanted to do at this NFL showcase, I still went out there and proved that I can hit a ball in front of NFL coaches. This just shows that in professional sports, there's ups, there's downs, and unfortunately, what people remember is the downs. All it takes is one of those teams to just give me an opportunity, give me a chance. And once we get that opportunity, we can't lose it. But hey, I appreciate all of y'all's support throughout this whole series, and we're about to hit 600,000 subscribers. So if y'all aren't subscribed, I think 75% of y'all watching this video right now are not subscribed. So make sure y'all go down below right now, hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.